It is officially risk on season, and you should have your altcoin bags packed. But if you do not, there are still some opportunities in this market. And I think that if you're accumulating these strong tokens currently, you are still more than early. Retail has not arrived yet. Despite the ETF inflows we are seeing, the global interest on crypto is still nowhere near the peak. The Coinbase app ranking is nowhere near the top. We have so much more in the tank. And truly, alt season hasn't started, even though we are seeing daily gainers of 30, 40, 50%. In some meme coins, obviously doing, 10s, 20s, 30x's in a single day because of the narrative of Solana, Pump Fund, etc. But we're going to dive into some of the altcoins that I think are still undervalued, and just to hone in on the message that you are early if you are here now. So guys, like the video down below if you enjoy the content, and subscribe to the channel for videos every single day and every week here on In The Game. We're posting all the alpha from crypto, gaming, meme coins, AI, and also gaming. We took home $5,000 yesterday on the stream. Shout out Off The Grid. Shout out my teammate Gorilla. We went absolutely crazy to win that $5,000. So for more fun on this channel, subscribe down below. We're almost at 110,000 subscribers. A big shout out to you guys as well. A shout out to all of our sponsors here on In The Game. We have Epic War, Moon Tropica, we have Funtico, we have Ledger, as well as FOMO. So a big shout out to all of our sponsors. And during this time period where we're very risk on, we're seeing altcoins start to fly, you need to be locked in on a platform that has your back. No KYC. Head over to Blowfin in the link down below in the description. You get a welcome bonus as soon as you make your first deposit. They have tons of pairs, and this is where I put in my trades. As someone who lives in the United States, I'm barred from most of these other platforms. So there's no KYC currently on Blowfin. You can take advantage of our welcome offer down below in the description. As well, a big shout out. We just released our 50-second newsletter on Nexus, which means we have had this newsletter going every single week for the last year. You can tap into our platform, which, by the way, I use here on every single show to deliver you the alpha, the updated prices on the market, as well as the portfolio, which is the best, most in-depth portfolio tracker in the entire industry when in comparison to CoinStats, Zerion, DBank, etc., covering over 50 plus chains and unlimited wallets if you sign up for the free trial or just $9.99 a month down below in the description. So let's go ahead and jump into this market. And this is what it feels like right now. I am Pepe clapping my hands because I have my bags packed and the market is doing its thing. I mean, as we are speaking right now, we are pumping. I mean, Bitcoin is actually going up since I started recording this video. We're actually in the middle of 76 and 77. It's really exciting times. Even Ethereum is up 20% on the week. Can we get a golf clap? Because Ethereum's been dead for so long. We have Solana over $20. Absolutely crazy. Not over 20, over $200. If it was over 20, maybe we were talking about a year ago, but no, over $200. Absolutely crazy numbers that we're seeing in this market right now. If we filter by the daily, things like Moon Tropica up another 15%. You guys know Moon Tropica is one of my absolute favorite low market cap positions in gaming. And now that we're a little more risk on, you can be a little riskier. You can jump into some of these low caps because they move so quickly in this current climate. And if we look at the weekly charts, we have Seed World up 56%, which is 𝗖𝗢𝗎's UGC, open world, RPG, metaverse almost, you could say. They are absolutely crushing it. The market cap here, I think, is over 𝗖𝗢𝗎's market cap, which is just a crazy feat. So a big shout out to Seed World. We have WAGMI Games, another one we called out on the 10K to 100K portfolio challenge, up 54%. We have Neural AI, one of my favorite altcoin bags for the AI sector, one that was ranked in the A tier of my tier list, up 40% this week. I mean, we are starting to see a little bit of the altcoin season start to pick up, but we're nowhere close. I mean, really alt season's not even going to ramp up until we start seeing 80, 85K, maybe even pushing towards 100K. And we see that Bitcoin dominance die down a little bit. But right now, we are so close to post-election, we're just seeing a little bit of what's to come in the altcoin space. And truly speaking, this is it right here. Remember, no dips. And if you are a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 fan, as they said in the airport scene, remember, no Russians. So if you're a true gamer, you know exactly what I am talking about there. But truly, like if we just go look at some of the coins in the market right now, like a Superverse, it's still under its local highs. Ronin's under its highs from 6 months ago. MOG is under its highs. You still have so many coins. Brett has a tremendous amount of upside still to go. Beam is still sitting under its local highs as well. Immutable's beat down from this SEC Wells notice. So there's opportunities across the board right now. And I just want to run through a couple of these top ones. They're not news to you. They're not going to be these brand new tokens because right now I'm not risk-oning new tokens. It's the ones that we're dialed in on. And when the market does start flipping into alt season, I might add a few new positions. But for me, I'm in the same high caps and in the same low caps as I always have been. And imagine investing in the super cycle, the Trump cycle volume 2, okay? We're going to see money printing at an all-time high rate. Rate cuts are coming through day after day. Like, what we're seeing right now is the beginning of the super cycle. And imagine not owning super. Like if you're into meme coins, for example, why would you invest in something? Why would you invest in super cycle without having super in your bags? And they're leaning into the culture. The community's crazy. They're partnered with over 50 plus of the best Web3 gaming ecosystems and individual crypto games in the entire space. I mean, truly, I think a $10 super is possible this cycle, which would be about a 6-7x from here. That would put its market cap around 4 billion on the circulating market cap. And I have to agree with what Crash says here. We have to remember the last cycle. So like to preface, I love Mog and Brett when it comes to meme coins. And I was going to talk about this at the end, but put it in perspective. Polkadot was at $6.2 billion market cap last cycle. Polkadot was not, the valuations we're going to see this cycle are going to be nuts. We're going to see brand new highs put in on every single coin that has been around for a while, in my opinion, other than the ones that are dead. And then we're going to see these altcoins like a Super, like a Beam, like an IMX, a Ronin, a Mog, a Brett do insane numbers because those all-time highs aren't going to be hard to break through. Once they break through those all-time highs, it's price discovery, and who knows where these things land. So we have so much upside left to come. So Super, I'm looking at AVAX. I mean, the Arena, which is their SocialFi application, launched and is crushing it, by the way. SocialFi is not dead, according to Avalanche in the Arena, and they're launching a native meme coin launcher on their platform. So this is going to be built on Avalanche. So Avalanche kind of leaning into the Solana playbook of being a little more degen, being a little more casino-y as well. But on top of that, they have some of the best games in their ecosystem. We're talking about Off the Grid. We're talking about MapleStory Universe. We're talking about Shatterline. By the way, I'm live streaming a $15,000 tournament tomorrow on Shatterline right here on this channel. And other than Ronin, I like how this is making my face red, the big red coin. But other than Ronin, we literally have one other blockchain in the gaming space that's even close currently, and that would be AVAX. Like AVAX is showing with Off the Grid that it has the capabilities to be the best gaming blockchain in the world. So if AVAX has 1 million fans, I'm one. But if AVAX has no fans, I am no longer on Earth. I loved this tweet. So looking at Avalanche too, guys, I know a lot of people are concerned, oh, it's pumped a lot since you started talking about it at $19. But zoom out a little bit. The local high about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, is $62. This is what I'm saying. The opportunity still left in this altcoin cycle is crazy. So if you're on the sideline on some of these coins, or you're thinking, dang, I wasn't risk on enough. I thought Kamala was going to take the office and we would see a dip. I didn't think it would be this explosive. I thought it'd be a buy the rumor, sell the news situation. Well, I'm here to tell you that retail is not here. The interest in crypto is still really at lows. Like we have so much opportunity left in this cycle. I also want to give an update on Prime because I know Prime has been lagging, but 8 months ago, this thing was sitting at $27. So what is going on with Prime, and what is going to be the catalyst that kicks this thing up a notch? Well, to me, there's two. Parallel Colony goes live Q1 2025. That's going to be big. It's their native AI colony builder game. It looks absolutely tremendous. So that's number one, and it's going to dive into that gaming and AI narrative. But on top of that, we see the AI Wayfinder demo. So Wayfinder is an upcoming project and token where Prime stakers are actually staking to get the prompt token. So you can jump in here. You can actually transact with the AI Wayfinder. Purchase 2 Bitcoin after the Federal Reserve announced to cut rates. Like, this is pretty next level as far as a trading AI application. And there's a little alpha here over on snapshot.org. There is a vote going on, which seems to be a little bit like a DAO governance style voting system. We see Q1 2025 is leading for the potential time of TGE/snapshot date. So it does look like here people are pushing to get this thing out by Q1 because altcoins are going to be probably going crazy by that time. We're going to be heading into 2025 where we're probably going to put in the local top of the market in the top of this bull run once we go parabolic. So these are both big updates. Colony going live Q1 2025. And it looks like by far and away, people have voted with their governance, by the way. This is governed by the amount of tokens you hold, etc. But that TGE for prompt token to go live Q1 2025. This will positively affect Prime because leading up to the prompt token, more and more people are going to stake, meaning it's going to be taken off the market. I know people who have staked their Prime for 3 years, 6 years. They don't care about the bear market. They're in. They want as much prompt as possible. I think this is going to be very good for the Prime price action. So that is another one I am dialed in on. You guys know I really like Nakamoto Games. I think that Zentry is going to come back heavily. If you look at what the founder has been tweeting, their games have made $10 million in revenue over the course of the last few months, and nobody's talking about it. Zentry and Beam are very similar. Obviously, Merit Circle turned into Beam. 𝗙𝗓𝗓 turned into Zentry. This trade makes a lot of sense to me, and I think it's pretty undervalued given the amount of, they're doing $10 million in revenue in their games over the course of the last few months, and their market cap's only $115 million. To me, that is an accumulation, if you ask me. And then I want to give a shout out to a sleeper because they are ramping up a lot. They're signing on some really good advisors, some good agencies to really push this forward. But XAI, or what people call 𝗓𝗍, their founder tweeted a few interesting things today. And I think we haven't seen the Ronin of this, or the gala of this cycle. And here's what I'll say. Gala is not in my playbook now. Gala has fumbled. Gala had no success in most of their games other than maybe Spider Tanks, and Spider Tanks wasn't really that great. The Gala ecosystem just flopped over time. They folded, there's legal issues, etc. So 2025, 𝗀𝗎, who's one of the main men over at XAI, says, more high quality games going live, airdrops to the community, NodeFi turns XAI nodes into productive assets. That's going to be interesting to see what NodeFi is. I think a season where nodes come back. Big unlocks done. Their unlocks are kind of getting to the back half of like the big chunks. So that is awesome. And then we see something massive we'll share later. And then he said XAI is going to be what Gala was supposed to be, by the way. Community owned gaming network with significant rewards to the node operators and the token stakers, which are decentralizing the network. One of our first games, Play Riftstorm, has already accomplished more than any of their games have. An empire is being built. And if you're not familiar with Riftstorm, this game is fire. A very, very solid game. It's like a roguelite style game. I would definitely check this out. Riftstorm's definitely cooking, and it's one of the better games currently out there in crypto. And most people aren't talking about it. You know, people are focused on Off the Grid. People are focused on Shatterline. And I'm bullish on, obviously, everything going on at AVAX. But XAI, the other red coin, is cooking pretty hard. So definitely one to look out for. And I have to say, if we look at this year chart, I mean, obviously the unlocks just demolished this, but $1.57 back there, and the market cap has completely changed as unlocks have played out. But I think that this chart shows some relief here in the coming months, especially if gaming catches on. So I would say 𝗧 is a definite sleeper here when it comes to gaming altcoins. And then looking at airdrops, you have literally 24 hours left on the 𝗂𝗪𝗧𝗀 Games airdrop. We've talked about this one multiple times. Their launch pool number 2. So there's going to be more opportunities here. But launch pool number 2 wraps up at 5 a.m. UTC this Saturday. There's 3 million G tokens in rewards. We showed you last one of these videos this week, actually, how to get involved in this. This is your last shot to go all in and climb the ranks. So this is closing in less than 24 hours. You can start by staking your birdies, use 2x the egg points to boost while dropping the eggs, and this all leads to an allocation and potentially the G token, which is the ecosystem of the 𝗂𝗪𝗧𝗀 Games token. We also have Ton Station. You have 1 week left. So with 𝗂𝗪𝗧𝗀, you got 24 hours from me recording this video. But moving in and seeing Ton Station, you have a week to farm the Soon token. This timing is impeccable, leading into a time of the market where I think we're going to be very, very hot in altcoins. I think Telegram narrative's also going to come back pretty strong eventually. Ton's not really moving right now, and I think that will come back around. You're seeing Ton Station, the number 3 app, the 3rd largest gaming application on Telegram currently, listing soon, potentially later this month, but the Soon farming ends here in just a week. So definitely jump in and take advantage of those opportunities. And in all reality, guys, I'm just super excited about where we are in the market right now, headed towards 77K in Bitcoin as we speak. We look at the monthly charts. I mean, Carve, Xborg, Seed World, they've brought back the hype on things like new TGE launches. We have Humans AI and PAL crushing it on their 70+% gains over the month when we're talking about AI. Even Solana, a $94 billion coin, up 40% over the month. Tons of gaming coins up. You know, Metis, who's been crushing it, almost at $50. We've been covering that one for quite a while. MOG up 35% this month. Beam up 30% this month. To be honest, if you've been accumulating with us at these lows, you should be very satisfied about where you are today. But if you're not allocated, I would just suggest look at your totality of your risk. I'm just going to name an example to make it easy. 10K. Let's say you have $10,000 you want to put into the market. Maybe right now is the time to put in 50% of that. And then if the market dips, you allocate another 10% of that, another 10% if it dips again, or whatever. Like, you can play this to where if you think you're missing it, put a little exposure in if you're on the sidelines. But for those of us whose bags are packed, I think you're in the right place. And now it's time to sit on our hands and watch this market and this cycle unfold as we see rate cuts coming through, potential printing coming through, as well as monetary expansion. We have been in a monetary contractionary period for the last 3 years, and that is about to turn. So guys, super bullish. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. As always, play well, and of course, stay bullish, my friends.